Peace, everybody. Welcome to the Vital Hoops podcast. My name is Fernando Cardenas, aka International XB, and I am your host. Today's episode is featuring my brother Pehoua, François Jr. Tarangoyi, aka Danjor. My man Junior is from the Central African Republic, international player with 10 years of experience. Junior played basketball in high school for Laurinburg Prep in North Carolina. He played against all sorts of great players like LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Amari Stoudemire. He was ranked top 100 prep school players in 2003. He won the state championship with Laurinburg Prep in 2003 as well. He was recruited by great universities such as Boston University, Pittsburgh, Boston College, Florida, and he ended up going to a historically Black college, Hampton University. He was an all Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. He made the rookie team of his conference in 2004, and they were conference champions in 2006. He then ended up playing professional for various ball clubs, mainly in Europe, and had the opportunity to play with him. Probably, if not the one of the best players I've ever played alongside with, multi-dimensional player. And obviously he has the resume to back it up, and 10 years of experience playing for the Central African national team. And that's what we're here to talk about today. International playing at the international level, national team and all that. So without further ado, Junior Pehoua is here with us. Junior, how you doing,
What's
my
up,
man?
Joe? Chilling, dog.
What's going on, man? Welcome to the Vital Hoops podcast, man. It's good to have you.
Man, thanks, Nando, for having me on your show, man. Good
No
look.
doubt, man. You already know it's my pleasure, man. So listen, man, let's get right into it, man. Central African Republic, the national team, man. You were there for 10 years, man. Something serious.
10 years.
Something
10
serious,
years.
man. So talk to us a little bit about it, man. Let the listeners know, man, what that experience was like, playing for your country, playing for a national team. And I say a national team because a lot of us ball players have double nationality sometimes. So playing for a country, man. How was that whole experience, man? Talk to us.
Man, as soon as you said that, dog, 3 words came to my mind: honor, pride, and pressure. It's always an honor to play for your national team, man. You feel like people are looking at you like, man, you're one of those 12 guys that can, save the world.
Right.
Quote unquote, you know what I mean? You're one of those 12 guys that, they can come through for us. So it's an honor always to represent your country. I mean, it's pride too. You know what I mean? Pride, you got to step up to the challenge. Yeah. You got to be ready to go fight. You got to be ready to go lay it on the floor just for your national team. So,
right.
I mean, and the pressure, I mean, it hits you when the national anthem comes on.
Okay.
You're like,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't lose. The pressure comes on. I can't lose because, especially for us though, because back in CAR, man, during my time, 2005 and 2015, civil wars. It's the second. I don't know how to say it, man. It's one of the poorest country in the world. So basketball is everything to them.
Yeah. So
everything to us.
It means how much it means. You know how much it means for the people, for you guys to represent out there, to play hard and to win. I know.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah. It means a lot. So you have to be ready. Your team got to be ready. You have to be ready to perform. I mean, it's so those three words came to my mind when you said it's honor, pride, and pressure.
Yeah, and that makes sense, man, because like I had the opportunity to play for for a college, so I know what that feels like. I had the opportunity I had the opportunity to play pro a little bit, so I know what it's like to play for a city, right? But that's But when you play for a country, that's another level, man. It's another
level, man.
Right.
Sometimes when you get on the court, you're just shaking for no reason.
No doubt.
It's not shaking because you're scared of the game or anything.
Right.
It's like you got someone on your back. You carrying a heavy load.
Yeah.
You carrying something that most of the people want to do, but it can't do. So you gotta be ready to perform and everything.
That's like to tell you the truth, that's like the highest. Like every ball player. I mean, let's be honest. The first thing every ball player dreams of is the NBA, right? But then, like right next to that, is a national team. I think you know what I mean. Like that's like the highest stage you could be on next to playing in the NBA is playing for a whole country. You know what I'm saying? So that's amazing, man.
It is. It's different. It's much different playing for a pro team than the national team.
For sure. Yeah. So I definitely salute you, man, for that. 10 years, man. That's not everybody. Thanks, not everybody could do it 1 year. So 10 years, that's big time, man.
Thanks, my man.
So let me ask you, man, what do you think is, like you said, not everybody could do that. Not everybody could do it. Not everybody can make it. So what do you think is one of the things, like apart from the obvious, which is like, being a great basketball player, but what do you think is one of the things that could help, for anybody or any youth that's out there listening, and that wants to play for their national team? What are some of the things that could help, like being like, like fitting into the squad, doing what that specific team needs, or, being at the right place at the right time? What are some of the things that could help players?
I'm going to tell your listener and your viewers that once you get inside that, those 12, that team, those 12 guys, you don't think the same anymore because you're not playing for money. You're playing for something else. You're playing for your flag and sacrifices. I mean, that word will come either when you're training to get better, or when you play for your national team, you understand better the word sacrifice, because whether you get 6 or 26 points at the end of the game, if you win, you feel like you've done you've done it all. I mean, you gave it all for your squad. So to the kids.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. To the kids out there, I mean, sacrifice. When they get out there, it's almost natural. It's almost natural. I mean, the sacrifice is almost natural. You'll feel like you're a part of something.
Yeah.
I work a little bit with what they call in France here as the pyramid of Maslow. I mean, the first base is basically, you got to eat well in order to be well. The second base is mostly, it's like, you got to feel like you're in security.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You got to feel like you're in security. The third base is like, you feel like you're belonging somewhere. You have to, people like what you do. You feel like you're at home. You feel like, people count on you. And also, the last one is, you make sure, something comes out of this, winning, or good prestation en français, en anglais, I don't know.
Good performance.
Performing.
Yeah, good performance. Yeah.
Performance. So those are all the things that, when you join a national team, you can witness, feel, and, feel all those things I just talked about.
Yeah. I hear you. It sounds to me like it's a lot like, how we always talk about that in basketball, like pretty much on any team, whether it's in college, high school, pros, whatever, we always talk about, a good team, like the players have to be worried about winning. That's the ultimate goal, but the truth is, everybody's kind of worried about themselves, because we know if you want to get to the next level, you also have to have a good individual performance and all of that.
Absolutely.
If you want to get paid when you're a pro, you have to have good stats. You have to do good,
Absolutely.
But it seems like when you're on the national team, it really is about winning. right? It really is about that. It's not so much about, you know, individually, whether I do this or that, but it's really like you said, like, you know, if we accomplish the goal together, you know, if the country wins, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm serious. So that seems great, man. That seems amazing.
Absolutely. That's it, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So like I said, you know, there are differences in the game. Like both you and I have played in the States, you know, and we played in you know, in here in France, and you played in Europe, right? You played a little bit around Europe, but tell me, what do you think are like the main differences in the game, and also back home in Africa? So how do you feel like the game is different? Because we know basketball is basketball, but there are certain differences in the game, like, and in the way the people approach the game. Like you and me often talk about the culture and how, you know, the basketball culture is much deeper in the States, you know, and this and that. So talk to me a little bit about that. Like, how do you feel the game is different?
The impact, that's what I'm saying, the impact of the culture on sports is just huge. Huge. You can see it. I'm gonna talk about those two. Let's say the European way of playing the game, and the Northern American way of playing the game.
Okay.
The European is all about team. It's all about team. I mean, it's starting to change a little bit because, we'll get into that later if you have time. But it's starting to change a little bit. But the European is all about team. At the younger age, you know, coaches out there not getting paid so well. So what's easiest for them is just to get kids to play together. Since for them it's a sport you play with 5 players on the court.
Right.
So the easiest thing for them to do is pass the ball. You know, let's get a good shot. The American way, it's about I. You know what I mean? It's about I. Even though, I mean, I'm just gonna say this though. Some people will say there's no I in team.
Right.
You know what I mean? But who said it? I think it's Kobe that said there's an I in win. Yeah. I mean, if you want to win, you better do your job.
Kobe said there's an I in win, and Mike said there's a me in that motherfucker.
You see? But, I mean, the European way is about to change. They're about to change all that, man. Yeah. But think about it. Your hand, if you pull out your hand like that, you know what I mean? He's doing his job. He has to do his job. He has to do his job. Every single one of them has to do their job.
Right.
But once they do it together, they're strong. They're more powerful.
That's where it's at. Yeah,
but this has to do his job to the fullest. It's like grabbing something. Yeah. If I don't use my thumb, I'm not going to be able to grab it, or not too long.
Yeah, if you don't do your job individually, then there is no teamwork.
There is no team. There's no team if you don't do your work. So Europeans doesn't get that. If you do your job, you're trying to do your job. Think about it. All of them doesn't do the same job. You know what I mean? This is different. The way it grabs the bottle is different. This is going to be different. You know, everybody got their way of doing it. It's like a point guard, shooting guard, you know, 3-man, or everybody has to do their job. And that's what, I mean, the Europeans, you know, doesn't put forward. They don't want to put that forward. They're trying a little bit lately, but they don't want to put that forward. Americans understood because this is their culture.
Yes,
I mean, culture. It's always I gotta go. I mean, I need to do it. I. Yeah. And I mean, it works, man. You look at the national team, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Then when they come around, they just smash everybody.
Yeah. So that whole thing that you said about, you know, the point guard, the shooting guard, that's a good segue also for like the evolution of the game. You know what I mean? Seeing that there's kind of a lot, well, it's been going on for a while now, but we're seeing a lot more of positionless basketball now. You know what I mean? Like if you look at, you know, there are very few like traditional point guards left, like, you know, that are looking to, you know, pass first, and, you know, a lot of point guards are now like scoring machines in today's game. You know what I'm saying? So, and, you know, we're also seeing a lot less defense, specifically in the NBA. And we're seeing a game that's a lot faster paced. But, you know, what do you think? What do you think about that? What do you think about that kind of the evolution of the game?
You know, I'm old school, man.
Yeah, we're old school. No doubt,
the MJ era. I mean, the game changed so much. I think players change. I mean, obviously, and the game is faster.
Yeah.
Not because back then players weren't fast.
Right.
I think now more people are playing it, and more people are getting interested. So the game naturally gets faster. I mean, if you take a sprint record of Carl Lewis, it took what, 30, 20? I don't know how many years it took to be broken. I mean, the game today, you know, it's oriented towards a show that you don't want to stop. Let me explain. The league changed the game so much. Players can't play defense no more. If you touch it, there's a foul, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see James Harden lately, Joel Embiid, I mean, you can't get touched. I mean,
you can't touch guys. They go right to the line.
They're right to the line, shooting that free throws 30 times a game. I mean, this is way too much. Way too much.
I agree. And I also feel like that, you know, that affects, like the NBA is the biggest league in the world. So it starts affecting every other league in the whole world, little by little. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Little by little. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Look at the traveling calls now. You know, they added in Europe that pas zero. You know what I mean? The first step.
It's like the gathering step. Yeah, gathering
step.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you can add 2 more steps to that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo, I mean, he's doing that every single game. It's hard to defend.
Yeah.
It's really hard to defend. So the game is changing. I mean, things are getting a lot easier. You can see players that you wouldn't expect to get 50 a night.
Absolutely.
You know, you won't see that. You wouldn't have saw that back then.
No.
So,
yo, listen, it's like, you know, back in the day, it was about pride. Like, you know, you had great players going against you. They weren't gonna let you have 50 unless they were gonna foul out before you get 50. They're like, I'll foul out. I'm not letting this dude. You know what I'm saying? And today you see dudes having 50, 60 points, and dudes have 2 fouls. Like they just letting them rock. You know what I'm saying? Like no pride. Like it's kind of like, you know, a friendly thing. Like nah. Man.
Yeah. It's the new way of playing the game. You just got to play, and you don't really care about the outcome. I'll say you don't really care about the outcome. There's no pride if somebody's torching you the whole game. Yeah, I mean, he's getting 20, 25, 30. You just out there, you know, trying to play good defense. Back then, you would knock his ass out a little bit. You know what I mean? So
now you put him on his back real quick.
2 technicals. You know what I mean? Now you get 1 tech, 2 tech, you know, flagrant 1, flagrant 2. I mean, it's too much. It's too much around the game.
I feel like it's too much too, man. I understand that like the league wants to make it spectacular for the fans, but I think sometimes they push it a little too much. And I don't think it's good for the kids to, you know, stop them from playing defense, you know what I'm saying? And basically call everything so that, you know, they stop loving the defensive end of the game, which is important, man. You know, and
absolutely. And there is so much about the evolution of the game. You talked about it earlier. Positionless. I mean, you know, lots of players like Draymond Green.
Absolutely.
You know, who knew you would be a big man with that much impact in the game? You know, Draymond Green is what 6'6"?
Yeah.
6'6", 6'7".
6'6". Yeah, a little more.
Small big man.
Yeah.
Playing like a point. What would you call him? What would you call a Draymond Green?
Exactly.
So the game's changed, man. Big men's starting to handle the ball a lot more. They start stepping out a lot more. But you know what? I think that it's a circle. I think it's going to change and come back to that same point. You know,
because it might just get too ridiculous. It might just get too ridiculous, and they're going to be okay. We need to get back to, you know, playing some defense. You
know. And think about it. Except for the Golden State Warriors that were crazy at shooting the threes.
Right.
What kind of team won championships with that same, I'll say, with those same players, basically shooters, number shooters, nobody inside, but just people that just shoot. Nobody. They all try to imitate it, but at the end of the day, it's not going down. Yeah. LeBron, Anthony Davis had to go down there and make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, San Antonio. I mean, most of the teams that won, you know, the impact is down low. close to the rim. They're close to even LeBron. LeBron wasn't shooting threes. He was getting down in the paint.
That's where your percentage is high. Yeah, that's where your percentage is high.
That won't change. I think. I mean,
you're right.
Only a few players will change it. Steph Curry changed the game.
Yeah, I mean, he's the greatest. He's the greatest shooter ever. So you know what I'm saying. So it makes sense. But not everybody can just come up and just jack them things like that.
No way.
Have a good outcome.
Look at the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
James Harden back then. James Harden, everything shooting threes just as much as the Golden State Warriors. They couldn't get past the second round.
Yeah, you're right.
They couldn't.
You're right.
You know, James Harden is a hell of a shooter.
Yeah,
so they couldn't get past.
So no, you're right. So how do you think? So how do you see it playing out this year, man? How do you see it playing out this year? Who you think like? How do you feel? Who you think are the top teams, and who you think could take it all this year, man?
Let's just. I'm gonna just get this out the way, man.
Go ahead.
The Lakers is out.
Oh, they're out. That's crazy, man. Yo, the fact that the Lakers listen. The fact that the Lakers with 4 future Hall of Famers did not make the play-in. Not even the playoffs, the play-in.
This is ridiculous.
That's ridiculous, man. This
is ridiculous.
Even with injuries and everything, like they should have at least made the play-in, man.
Yeah, they should.
Like, come on. It's kind of it's ridiculous.
Man, rest in peace, man. What would Kobe think, man?
That's what I was talking to my boy, man, and he was telling me that, like, yo, listen, but they had injuries, they had this. I'm like, listen. The reason I think it's bad is because I respect LeBron and I feel like he's one of the greatest. But when you look at, if you want to compare it to like Kobe or Mike, like those guys, I guarantee you they would have found a way to make it to the playoffs, man. They find ways.
Absolutely.
They find ways to win, man. They find ways to make their teammates better, to get the wins when they most matter. Like there's no way they're rocking out one of these seasons with 4 Hall of Famers and not make the playoffs, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
absolutely. Kobe played with his entire body just broken. Even to his last game, he was on the court just trying to play. I mean, nowadays, I mean, I understand that, you know, era changes. You got to take care of your body, you know, make sure so you can play a lot longer. Not everybody can play. What's LeBron? 19th
year? Is it 19?
Year 19th, I think, no? 17 or 19?
No, I think it's year 17. Year 17.
17. Yeah. No, nobody can. I mean, not everybody can play at that level.
Yeah,
I mean, LeBron is a freak.
Yeah, it's amazing. He's a freak of nature, man. He's
and then nobody can do that. But at the same time, LeBron, you playing for the Lakers. It's the game that you need to be out there and win.
Right.
You out on the bench with sunglasses, chilling and laughing.
Yeah, I agree, man.
2 different eras, man. 2 different eras, man. I wouldn't see Kobe out there. I wouldn't see Jordan like that sitting, you know. So that's the GOAT conversation is done. Yeah. It's done. It's done.
I agree.
Ended. And as far as I don't know, man. Phoenix, man, looking good, man. They're playing good basketball.
I agree. Phoenix.
I think Devin Booker is an MVP out there, man. He's playing good. You got CP3 handling the rock.
CP3 is one of the last. Like what I was talking about earlier, I feel like CP3 is one of the last real traditional point guards out there. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And he's amazing, man. You could tell, like he gets it done, man. He gets it done.
Controlling the game, and making sure his players are right, taking good decisions.
He scores when he needs to score. Gets his teammates involved when he needs to. He's clutch towards the end of the game. Like, you know, he's amazing, man. But
he find a way. I think Chris Paul find a way to transfer his old game to his new game. You know what I mean? Yeah. He went from CP3 that was doing everything. Yeah. And then with age, he kind of learned how to do it differently with new players around him. And if I compare it a little bit to LeBron James, his game changed, but he's playing basically the same way. It's like, give me the rock and everybody's watching. Right. So it's kind of hard to win when you, 36, 37 years old. You're not doing the same efforts as like you used to. Right. I mean, it's pretty hard. So,
no doubt. No doubt, man.
Phoenix looking good out there.
I agree, man. And I think the Warriors also are still looking good, man. I think, you know, if everybody stays healthy over there, they're gonna be a problem too.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Memphis, man? They're a high seed, but they're still a little young. How do you feel about them?
I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't feel too hyped about
Memphis. I feel the same way. Like until they get something done, something serious, I'm not sure. They're too young still, man.
They gotta get something done, man. I like Ja. I like what he's doing.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I don't know, man. Playoffs is different.
You
know, defense is different in playoffs. Thank God.
Yeah.
The stakes are higher.
Yeah.
So everything.
The matchups are there. The matchups are there. You get to know exactly how the other players play. You play them over and over and over for a bunch of games.
7 games.
So you really got to be good because they know what you're doing, my man.
Absolutely. But hey.
So what about?
We'll see, man.
Yeah. What about our East, man? On the Eastern Conference, what do you?
You think? I think the champs are gonna be. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be good, man. Milwaukee's looking good.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Giannis playing like MVP. You know what I mean? I don't know about Brooklyn and Philly, man. They're looking too soft right now.
Hey, man,
shaky.
I think. Listen, I don't know. I don't really trust Philly, but Brooklyn, I don't know, man. I'm kind of, you know, I mean, I can't. It's hard to bet against KD and Kyrie, man. It's a lot of talent, man. But they do need to get their defense together as a team. They still need to get their defense to be a little bit better in order to really win, like when it comes to like, you know, Eastern Conference Finals, all that kind of stuff, you know. But I don't think anybody wants to see him first round, though. I think, you know,
nobody wants to see him.
Nobody wants to see him first round.
But what's gonna be hard for them, I think, is KD and Kyrie didn't play much together.
Right.
So the chemistry is not really there. And when playoff comes, it's only one ball. Who's going to try to be the guy? I mean, it's a lot of things they got to figure out. And they haven't played much together. So you might have a good team, like you might have a team that, you know, has no rhythm. And you already know, man, when you have no rhythm, nothing is going on, nothing is falling.
Yeah, basketball is a rhythm game, man. Yeah,
absolutely.
Basketball is a rhythm game for sure, man. So, I feel you, man. So, listen, man, I just want to give a little bit of context here to the listeners, man. Man, listen, Junior and I, we played together. We played professional here in the south of France together back in 2010. Right, 2010, yes, sir. And then after that, man, when we
good old days,
yeah, man, we each separated. We took on our own ways, and then we always wanted to play together again. We tried to get back together, you know, but it was complicated. We were never able to make it happen until recently. Now, you know what I'm saying? Because now, you know,
my brother
Junior became a coach. You know what I mean? Junior became a coach, and he hit me up, man. He hit me up, and I was honored, man. So listen, now that you're coaching, you know. And now we're together. I'm actually playing for you now, and we're actually, you know, it's a lower level team, you know, but we're trying to bring it up. That's the goal. The goal is to take it to at least a national level, which is like, you know, a semi-professional level.
Exactly.
You know, that's the goal. Exactly. So now that you became a coach, man, what how has your view on the game changed a little bit? Like the perspective, like how you see things. Like I see you, I know. You know what I'm saying? But I could tell, man. And let me tell you, you're a great coach, man. I'm not just saying it because you're my boy, but you're a great coach, man. But real talk, man. So how has your perspective, man? How has your perspective on the game? How do you feel it has changed, man, on basketball?
You know what? When I look at it, I feel like back then I didn't explode like I should have. Because I was thinking the game way too much. And then when I look at back then, I'll be like, yo, and I look at myself right now as a coach, I'm like, this is my spot right here, because I was thinking the game way too much. Now that I'm on the sideline, I'm thinking the game, but not too much, but I need to do more. So I don't know if you get me on what I'm saying. Yeah. It's like, you know, I'm a brain guy.
It makes
I'm
sense.
a brain guy. You know what I mean? I'm a brain guy. I had talents to get by you and go score and jump and finish at the rim, shoot from deep. You know, I had all that, man.
Pick up from 94 feet.
Pick up from pick up from 94 feet, man. But you know, I was thinking again way too much. It kept me from performing at a high level every game.
I get you.
Every game. And now that I'm a coach, I realize that, you know, the way I was thinking the game back then is helping me now. It's who I am, it's helping me now. So from a coaching standpoint, I mean, I like details. I can't bring that much details to this level we're in right now. But I'm working towards, you know, greatness with the players that I have. I'm working towards good basketball, period.
Right.
And no so doubt. We can just go up to the national level and keep on going. I mean,
keep on rocking.
The roof, there's no ceilings.
I see it, man. No doubt, man. Yo, so listen, Ju, before we get out of here, man, I like to do this little thing, yo, on the show. It's called reminiscing, man. Reminiscing, you know what I mean? Since you and I, you know what I'm saying? We've been through it a little bit, man. And you also, as you know, just through everything, national team, whatever it is that you want to talk a little bit about. If you have a little story that you want to share with the listeners, and then you'll do a little story and I'll do one. You want me to go first?
Don't worry. I'm gonna get mine out of the way.
Go ahead, man.
Real quick, man.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna say nothing crazy because of no, but hey.
Yo, listen, man. Listen. You can say whatever
man.
you want here, man.
Man.
Yo, listen, this is Vital Hoops, man. This is Vital Hoops. We uncensored over here, baby. You can say whatever you want. You can rock out, man.
Hey, man, I'm talking about this one thing. Well, I mean, it's gonna be funny. I mean, remember this one time. I mean, we came out of practice. You know, we didn't cook or nothing. We were like, yo, man, what we gonna eat, man? And then we looked around, searched a little bit, and was like, come on, man, let's go to this spot. I'm not gonna say the name.
Yeah, don't
I don't know. Let's go to this spot. I'm just gonna say it's a fast food.
Yeah.
So we went out there and sat down, man. Ate for like 12 people. Yeah, I'm not gonna say what we ate too, man, because it's gonna be easy afterwards.
Oh man,
ate for like 12 people, man. We was out there like at 12:30 p.m. I mean, noon. Yeah. Let's say noon.
And what time was the second practice? Like 4?
5. And we left like 30 minutes before practice. We messed around, caught the itis, and just sat there and almost slept in the restaurant. We couldn't even get up, man. We couldn't even get up. We sat there for the longest, just like, what's up? What we gonna do?
That's no good, man. Yo,
we went to practice, man.
But yo, listen,
good old times, man.
Yeah, good old times, man. And we were young, and still our bodies.
Hey, hold on, man. I'm gonna tell your listeners. I'm gonna cut you off a little bit. I'm gonna tell your listeners, go ahead. And your viewers, man. Do not do that, man. This is not good for your body. This is Vital Hoops.
Yeah.
Do not do that.
Yeah. No, listen.
Take care of your body.
Real talk, though. Listen, like, we spoke a little bit about this on episode 1. So if you haven't checked it out, check out episode 1 of Vital Hoops. And listen, the younger you get into your health, man, the better it's gonna be for you and for your career, man. So listen, it is true that when you're younger, you can come back from these things and your body can recoup real fast. You know, when even if you eat unhealthy, you eat fast food, you do this, you do that. Most people can still overcome that, but still you will be better. You will feel better. You will recover better. The younger you start being healthy and you start worrying about what you put inside your body, the better it will be in the long run. So
absolutely,
yeah, that's real talk.
Absolutely, that's my fight right now, because if I became a coach, it's to give back those kids, what I've learned, what we learned, so the kids that want to make it, doesn't make the same mistakes that we make.
For sure.
Giving back, man. Giving back.
For sure. And so listen, man, my story will be we have a few nice stories, man. But yo, remember New Year's, man. New Year's, it was for 2011, right? So we was out there with the team and we're like, yo, it's New Year's. We're off today. yo, what's up? What's good? What's good for the night? So one of our teammates, is like, no, let's go to Marseille. He's like, let's go to Marseille. There's a party out there. I know it's gonna be rocking. Let's roll out, man. You know, we go to Marseille. So we take a couple whips. We head down there. We head to Marseille. You know, and then we were hoping, we're expecting something nice, man. Like, we get there with a little old club, man. It was a whack. It was a whack ass party, but
the wackest.
But listen, but we still managed to have fun though, because we were tight. We were a tight group, man.
Yes, sir.
We still have fun, man. For New Year's, man, and we got our boy Samir to do the Dougie. Like,
still got the video, man. I got the video. I mean, if you want me to post it, I'll post it.
You might have to post that video.
Make sure he comes and explain what in the world he was doing, man. This is not with the Dougie, man. He was doing something, beating the drum or something.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But we had a good time, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen. Yeah, let's do this, man. The second thing I want to do is called I recommend, you know, and because I feel like in today's world, man, one thing that's important that a lot of people stop doing is reading books, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are getting their knowledge from little clips on the internet and this and that, and there's certain things where it's important to read, man. And I feel like it's important to always stick to books. You know, it doesn't mean you can't get some information from YouTube and get some information from shows and podcasts, but you still need to, you know, get up on books. So I'd like for each one of us to recommend a book, man. It could be anything that has, you know, touched us in our life, throughout our life, or at any moment, you know, and any book that we'd like to recommend that we think is good, man. So
man, that's really good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Listen, I've read recently, you know, it's a book that came out in 2017. It's about 180 pages. It's in French. I don't know if you can find it in English, but it's a book wrote by Martin Meadows.
Okay.
Martin Meadows, you know, author, and, you know, not really known.
How do you spell that? Meadows. How do you spell Meadows? You know?
MEADOWS.
Okay.
I don't know if I say it right. You know, it's a book about self-discipline. You know, it's a book about how you can, you know, make hard choices, how you can cut some things off, sugar, a little bit of sleep sometimes, some things, you know, to get to your goal, you know, and I think it's a pretty good book, man. I found it. I found it like that, and I was like, good, let me read it. You know, it's a pretty good book. It's self-discipline. I think that's self-discipline in anything you do will make you come through. At least will make you go to as far as possible.
Yeah.
You know, far as possible. I mean, self-discipline is the key.
It's the key. I agree, man. I agree. And one of the little things, I don't remember where I was reading this, but let me add that, you know, I was reading and they were talking about how, you know, in order to make a change, what we need to focus on, you know, and this has to do with self-discipline, it's our daily habits. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people want to change, so they think about doing some crazy stuff, and then they do it once. They have no consistency, you know what I mean? And it doesn't work that way. You have to work on your daily habits, things that you do every day, and incorporate, you know, positive things, or change certain little things in your daily habits. And that's how you see the progress.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a good book. It's a good book, and it talks about all that. So
I hope
you can find the listeners can search for it and find it in English.
Yeah,
I think it's a good book.
Everybody go check that out, man. Say the title again, Jude.
Absolutely. In French, I'm gonna say c'est comment développer l'autodiscipline. It's how to develop, you know, self-discipline.
Right, how to develop self-discipline. Exactly. Yeah, no doubt. And listen, man, I want to
Meadows.
Meadows. Okay, and I want to recommend, you know, this book. I think it doesn't have anything to do directly with basketball, but it has to do with us, man. I feel like, you know, especially, you know, young Black men like us that have, you know, that have traveled a lot and that have lived in different countries. You know, I feel like this book personally has helped me a lot, man. And I think it can help really all Black people around the world. Doesn't matter what country you're from, man. That's the Autobiography of Malcolm X, man. I feel like that's a great book by Alex Haley. You know what I mean? It doesn't have anything to do directly with basketball, but it can help pretty much all hoopers. You know what I mean? Because I think it's a great
That's powerful
book.
Right there.
Yeah, it's a powerful book that changed my life, changed my way of thinking. And it's a classic, man. So if you haven't read, the Autobiography of Malcolm X by Alex Haley, go check that out for sure.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, man, we're coming to an end, man. It was great, man, to have you, Junior.
Thanks for having me, man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for having me, man. Anytime, man. You hit me up, I'll come back so we can talk.
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to do it, man. Yeah. But listen, I'm going to have you back on Vital Hoops for sure. But listen, man, before you go, man, just anything that you want to, let the listeners know, any message, anything. And also, now that you're a coach and you also work on, player development, all that, if you want to let people know what you got going on, what you're working on, how they can check you out in the near future and all that, man. It's your floor, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell your listeners, man, stay tuned because I'm working on something with you. Also, I mean, it's a little academy called Breast Fire. Soon we're gonna have a website and everything. It's gonna be up, social media and everything is gonna be up pretty soon. It's about player development. How to get a player. No, we're not working on the old team concept. We're working on an I concept. Like we talked about earlier, to get players better, handling their one-on-one, the two-on-two situation at the most. Right. But, they got to get better dribbling the ball. They got to be better shooting the ball. They got to be better passing the ball, better making decisions. Any situation in the game. So, Breast Fire, man. Keep searching for it. It's coming soon, and we'll talk about it soon. So yeah, Breast Fire.
Stay tuned, and I'll definitely check out all the the Vital Hoop sites and everything is gonna be on there, man. We're gonna be sharing all this stuff soon as it's out.
Yes, sir. Thanks, my man.
So definitely, man, no doubt, my brother. It's been a good one, man. Yo, thank you for rocking with us, man. For rocking with Vital Hoops, man.
It's a pleasure, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right, Junior. All right, my brother. Peace, man.
Later.
Peace. All right. This is it for episode 3 with my brother Junior Pehoua. This was a great one, Junior dropped a lot of jewels here and there. So for all you young and up and coming and even old school basketball players, check it out. Listen, take notes from, an international baller that's done it at every level. And that's it, man. This is what Vital Hoops is all about. So once again, make sure you follow us at Vital Hoops Podcast on Instagram and Facebook, and check out Vital Hoops Pod on Twitter. We got a lot coming up, man. We got more coming. Make sure you check us out. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Comment, share, all that, man. Remember, Vital Hoops. We do it for the culture. Peace.